Hi, it's Denise here. I just wanted to show you how I've digitized this butterfly by using columns. So I'll go to a new window here and just show you how I put it together. So I went to the hoop size and I'll just change that to 200 by 150 and apply, and I'll just import this butterfly image and yes, accept it to the hoop size. So I selected this column and I left it on the A instead of I feel as though I've got more control to do the tracing and the outline on the A. So I'll go here and just set either side of the column. You do that by clicking on the area twice as to where you want the column to start. So I'll go up this side of the column first and just put a few nodes in there. And what I did was to come around here and just make a little indent there, just so that it gives a bit of variation to the set of the wing. So what I'll do is I'll bring it up a bit further. Just experiment with how you want that to happen. So I go to the last node. You'll see that is because the dotted line goes to it. So click on that last one and then just continue to trace around the edges of the wing. And what I'll do is I'll stop that side of the column just there and go back to the other side of the column and click on that node and then come around. And what I'll do is put a little indent in here as well, because that brings some extra swirls into your digitizing. So I'll show you when I've finished. So that was your last node, because you can see it, that's the dotted line. And I'll just keep on going up and tracing around the edges, and I'll just finish the column there. So that's the end of your column and that's the start of your column. So I'll accept that. And what I'll do is I'll just I had red on the bottom, so I'll change it to the red, and I'll just show you what happens if you leave all the parameters in the original ones. So generate stitches there, and we'll go to the density map, and it shows you how that wouldn't stitch out well at all because the density is too high. So what I did was go to parameters and right click on that design you've just done, select parameters and go down to stripes. And what I did was bring it up to 35. So that means you'll get 35 stripes in your design. So, and what I did was to change this to 0.9 and this one, the maximum length, to 3. So I'll generate stitches there and see it shows that it changes the density, and I'll go to the 3D there and it just shows you how the column is in stripes, and you've got that little swirl there and just a little variation there. So with that we'll go back to normal, and what I might do is edit that a bit and bring that in more. So it just brings that into little columns there. Right, now what I did just to save time is to duplicate that one, bring it over, go up to transform and flip it vertically and just bring it over to your other side. So that's your other column. I'll just generate stitches there. So that's your other side of the wing. I'll just have a look. I'll bring that down so that it's more of a funnel. So accept that and edit this one and bring that one down as well. So it just gives it that funnel effect. Right, now I'll just go on and do the two bottom wings as well. And I chose the column again. So I started the column here and the other side of the column there. So I'll go up this side and just make sure that you're covering that one a bit. So I'll just outline this one as it is. And come down to the tip here, bring it in a bit, and then just come up the other side. Now with this one, I'll just bring it around a little bit more, go to here, and then I'll do the join here. So go up to the other side of your column, come down, trace the other side, and just leave your join there. So I'll generate stitches with that one, and you can see, I'll show you the density again. It's got the red parts in here, but what I'll do is I'll select that one, right click on it, drag to this one and let go and set identical parameters. So select that one, generate stitches, and then it's got a little bit of red there, but that'll be good. It'll stitch out fine. So that, because you do that, those little indents, it brings the columns in, gives it that jagged effect. So I'll do the same as I did before. I'll duplicate, transform, flip horizontally, and just bring that over. So bring it to normal. I'll just bring it up a little bit. So yes, that'll work well. Now what I did was the next one, so I'll just select these three here and put a join stitch there. You'll see the join stitch, but that's fine. It'll be covered up by the other things you do on top, because what I did was I'll select that one again and do now what I'll do is a copy and paste so that it's right on the right on top of it. But what I'll do is I'll change this one to a bright orange, and I'll go in and edit, and I'll just get rid of this little twirl here. So I'll go in a bit and select and go and delete. Just delete all these ones here, so that you do that by right clicking on the nodes and then go down and delete. So left click on it, right click, then delete. Move it up a little bit, see what I'm doing, and delete. So that just brings that down. So that will get rid of the that little twirly bit in there. So what I'll do is I'll just bring that up a bit and just see what the effects that it'll have. Now I'll get rid of this one here, and you do the same. You right click, then delete. Same again. Delete. And just delete that one. So you can bring that up there. And what I'll do is I'll generate that just to see what it looks like. So it's the same parameters. I'll just show you here. The 35 and the 9 and the 3. And you can also put more layers there too, but then that makes it denser. So I'll just leave that alone at this moment. And I'll go to the 3D again just to show you. So it's got these lines in different ways. What I'll do is still edit that a little bit, and maybe take that up there a bit, bring that in a bit, and just see how that goes. So it just gives you different effects if you adjust the nodes. So have some experimentation with that and see how you go. What I'll do is I'll duplicate that one, bring it over, flip it horizontally again, and then just bring that over the other side and generate the stitches there. So that's the other side of your top wing. Now I'll go down to this one and do a copy and paste, change the colour. Now you can do all sorts of variations with this. So just go into your edit and maybe bring up that bit of, just play around with the nodes so that you've got some variation in the top so that it shows the underneath of the wing. Now I'll just generate that and see that's got a different effect, and it shows some of the red under there. I'll just show you now with the density. There's a little bit of red there. What I'll do is go in there and edit that again, just see what's happening there. So I'll bring those down a bit and see what happens with that. Generate there. Yep, it's not as bad. That'll sew out fine. So, but as I say, you have experiment with it and see what you can come up with. So I'll do a duplicate with that, go up and flip, and then bring that over the other side. So that's your, I'll bring it into the 3D and generate stitches and generate this one, and that's all your wings completed. And then what I did was I just put some random dots on the wings. So I went to the fill shape and click on your work area and go up and do an ellipse, and you just bring that out, right click to elements and accept that, and just change the color and go into parameters and I just did a column with that. So okay with that, and I'll duplicate it. I'll do 4 on there, so I duplicated it 4 times. So I'll just place them. Oops, picked the wrong one. It's better if you it's more accurate if you go over to the sidebar and select them then. Otherwise, the computer gets confused. So that's those 3, and I'll just see I want this, and so I'll select that and I'll duplicate it again, take it over here. So I'll move that one there. Anyway, doesn't matter how you place them. You can do whatever you like. You have my permission. So I'll get that one and I'll duplicate 3 times. Now just drag that one down and place it where you want. Select the other one, bring that down, select the next one and bring that down. So all we need to do is do the body now. So with that I did the columns again. So I selected the column and place either side of the column, making sure that you overlap the wing section. And so I just came down, oops, wrong side. So I'll just come down this side. You've got to be on, select the node of the side that you want to trace down. So I'll just bring that down, then go to the other side of the column and bring that one down. And then that's completed. And with that I selected the 3 and left it with the 1 and generate stitches, and that's the body. So I'll just show you the body. That's a bit wonky there, so I'll edit a bit and just bring it up. Okay. Right. Now I'll go and do the top of the head, and I selected the column again. So set both sides of your column, just come down, overlapping on the wings, then go to your other side and come down the other side of the head. And that's, you'll see that's the bottom of your column and that's the top. And just generate stitches there. I'll leave it the same. Now with I did some antennae there. So with that I just used a line stitch and just brought it up like that, and then I just traced back down that one, and I selected the sketch stitch and I just made it a bit wider. So apply that and it gives that squiggly effect. So with that I duplicated that, flipped it horizontally, vertically, and just brought that across there and selected a joining stitch. Now I'll do the legs. I did the same with that. Just now what I'll do is I'll start at the bottom of the leg and just came up there and across, and let's accept that, and then I'll go over, I'll duplicate that, flip it horizontally, bring it across, then I'll do a joining stitch, a connection stitch there for that. Oops, no, that didn't work out well. I won't do that. But you can set it up so that you get your joining stitch. If you can do that, it's better if you can do that. So I'll just copy and paste those, duplicate those two, then I'll bring them down here, accept that. But what I'll do is I'll just move them over a little bit. Now, if you click it too hard, it'll start a new one. So I'll bring that over. What I'll do, I should hide those. Yeah, all of those. I'll put them under the body. So select them all with your left mouse and then just drag them up and put it before the body so that they're all hidden under there. And what I'll do too is select those four and then drag that one of the antennae down there and do identical parameters. So select them all, generate stitches, go to the 3D, and there's your body and your legs completed. So that's your I'll go to the 3D and show you again, and that's good to stitch out. I've stitched it out and it just comes up really nicely, and you can have fun with the different colours and your shaping of your columns. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch up with you another time. Bye.